Hello everyone! Welcome to the Python Now YouTube channel. Here I explain Python in simple terms. Today we will talk about one of the most important concepts in programming languages, loops. We will discuss what loops are, how to write them and why they are important. When I first started learning Python, I found that the examples used to explain loops were often confusing. You would watch a video and think you understood the topic, but by the end, everything would be jumbled in your head, and you would have to watch it multiple times to truly understand it. However, I will try to explain loops differently and in a more straightforward way. For example, take the following code. For I in range 11, print hello. This is the simplest type of loop. It is often used as the first example when discussing loops, and it becomes more complex from there. In this case, we are using the loop to print the phrase hello 10 times. This is because we specified the range function, which creates a list of numbers from 0 to 10, and we said that for each iteration we want to print hello. It may not be clear why we use the word iteration or why the letter I is used after 4. It can all seem complicated, but my channel is dedicated to teaching Python in an easy to understand way. Let's use an analogy to better understand loops. Imagine you have 10 empty cups and you want to pour water into each of them. However, each time you pour water into one of the cups, you need to shout, "I poured it." In this analogy, the 10 cups are our range, and range is a simple list of numbers from 0 to 10. If you are not familiar with what a list is, it is one of the data types in programming, and I have a video on my channel that explains it. I will leave a link in the description of this video. You may be wondering why we use 11 in our example instead of 10. This is because in programming, counting starts at 0, not 1. Additionally, in the range function, the last number is not included, so we use 11 to include the number 10. According to the analogy, shouting "I poured it" is equivalent to our print hello statement. This is the action we want to repeat. The variable I is like a counter, keeping track of how many times we performed the action. In summary, a loop is a way to repeat an action a certain number of times. In this example, we are using the for loop in the range function to repeat printing hello 10 times. And we are using the variable I as a counter to keep track of how many times we performed the action. Another example to consider is for I in hello, print I. In this case, we have changed the list to a string. A string is simply a list of letters that are put together. In this example, for each letter in the word hello, we are printing that letter. So we will get 5 output in the console, one for each letter in the word. If we change print I to print hello, the outcome will be that for each letter in the word hello will be printed. I hope that these examples and explanations have helped you to better understand loops. I have divided this topic into 2 parts, and in the next video we will dive into more complex examples and tasks that will help you practice and solidify your understanding of loops. We will also cover different types of loops such as while loops and how to use them in real-world scenarios. By the end of the next video, you will have a strong understanding of how to use loops effectively in Python programming. So make sure to watch the next video and don't hesitate to ask any questions.